What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Geek Speak. We have been gone for a very long time. Justin, how long?
Forever. We've been gone forever.
However.
Super forever. Seriously, there was a time frame on this. I'm pretty sure that it would be, we would be finding fire. Wait, no, that's backwards. I don't care. Fact of the matter is, it's been a long time since we've been sitting here talking to each other.
Yeah, guys, Duke Nukem Forever finally came out. You remember that game?
Oh, shit, dude. I want to play that game so bad.
Yeah, I know. And, that's how long we've been off the air. Duke Nukem Forever came out. StarCraft Ghost came out.
There's a big difference, though, because Duke Nukem Forever did come out, and then StarCraft Ghost didn't.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so, let's go ahead and make sure we keep that. This is an alternate universe where bad games are good and good games are okay.
Well, I mean, Destiny's a game.
Destiny is a game. It's funny how that game encompasses all the rage, but also all the delight. I don't know. Let's not talk about that.
It's hilarious how we talk about it every episode. Hey, sorry.
There's our Destiny bit.
There's our Destiny bit.
No longer touch this fucking game. It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We talked about it anyway. So, Justin, what have you been up to?
Dude, I haven't been up to anything. I've just been playing games, watching movies, doing the thing. Recently, of course, why not? I've been playing Fallout 4. I mean, who hasn't?
Whoop, whoop.
Well, okay. So I know there's some people who haven't played it, and I apologize for that. But you'll get your time. I promise you. And when it happens, it will be glorious.
And we're not going to spoil anything about Fallout 4 in this show.
The Fallout 4 dude's dad is a death clock. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
There's some guns, more than likely. There's some foliage.
Yeah, there's actually guns coated in foliage. Did I say it? Foliage? Grass
was
and
it
leaves
really?
and shit. No, there's not.
Oh, man, that'd be so cool.
Not that I know. I know. There's a lot of unique guns out there, though. So
I mean,
keep an eye out.
you could skin the guns. That'd be great. I mean, not skin them like an Apache, but skin them,
Why do we always take it that far?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
It's fine. I won't touch it. Last time it was... it's fine. Whatever. No, but, dude, it would be cool if you can, attach leaves and grass and stuff to it, and then, sit around in the wasteland where there's no leaves or grass and pretend you're hidden.
Pretend you're a little bush, a happy little tree.
And there's always mole rats. No, it's fine. Well, yeah, I'm just playing a lot of video games, watching a lot of movies, stuff like that, working.
Sweet.
Not doing my best to not rage over certain theories of a certain movie that I love, but it's fine, because there's no way that a specific bumbling idiot could ever be a Sith Lord. But let's go ahead and move past that.
I don't know. George Lucas, might have just slipped an old, wrench in the turbine in there, and
I still maintain, like I said before, if it turns out that he's hey, Annie, I've been running the thing from the fucking background the whole time. And it's you know what? Congratulations, George Lucas. You have done two things. First of all, you have given us the best troll in the entire world. And second of all, you have just signed your death warrant. No, that's really about it. I live a very uneventful life. What about you?
Same here. I have really not done anything, really.
Well, you did those League of Legends episodes recently.
I did the League of Legends episodes recently. Those are on our YouTube. Go check them out. Did those with Pat. We're actually talking about doing a full show, so keep an eye out for that. We'll have Pat back on here. We'll have a couple of other people that we've associated with ourselves with recently. Sam and Tyler, to be specific. They're part of our, I guess, will we call it a collective or a network?
I would call it a collective network. That's what I would say. To encompass both words.
That's 100% cool with me. Yeah, so we've done some changes to Alamo City Geek Speak. We put out a post last week. We got 20 likes or something or not even like that. It was 20 views and 4 likes. So at least a couple of people saw it. No, I think it was actually way more than that. I think a lot of people actually saw it. But yeah, we've got some welcome additions to the Alamo City Geek Speak, and I guess
sure.
just as a whole, we're kind of just building up to this big old production kind of thing. So I'm not going to spoil anything because we have a lot to do and a lot to record and a lot to say.
I actually, real quick, I did have a dream last night.
Oh, what'd you do?
My dream, I was slithering on the ground like a snake, and I came across a dead deer, and I crawled into its soul, and it's there I laid till morning, which told me changes are coming.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty vivid dream. I was really a snake.
Well, this really happened?
Nah, dude, I was just kidding with you.
Oh my god, no, that would have been like an amazing dream. I had a fucked up dream a few weeks ago that I won't say on the show because it was scary as crap, and I don't want to scare myself.
E.T.?
No, it didn't involve E.T., but funny you mentioned the closet thing earlier. Guys, we were talking about this before we started recording the show. Hate E.T. But no, it had to do with a face in my closet, and it was like a dream within a dream kind of sort of thing. So it was real, but it wasn't real, and I was like, freaked the fuck out, and I was like, whatever. Anyway.
Did you run out of your house screaming in your underwear? Like, oh my god, the face is in the closet!
No, I actually kind of got pissed off because I had to fucking wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I just gone to sleep like at 1, so I was kind of angry. But
I would have been angry too.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of pissed that I had a nightmare, and then I went back to sleep after that, so.
Well.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. But we've returned with renewed vigor to...
Oh, yeah.
Tell everyone what we've been up to lately and to do funny accents on the show from now on.
Yeah, so, we decided to go ahead and start talking like this, right? Actually, no, I didn't. I wanted... Hey, I'm Billy Crystal. I'm here to do the show for you.
Oh, that's awful. Oh, my God.
I tried my best to do it.
Whew. That is a stinker. Holy.
I'm not an impressionist, okay? I did my best. I went out there and I wanted to give 110%, and I felt like I gave 110%. And here you are telling me I'm not good enough to do it. That's fine though. It's fine. You're still my friend.
I speak for the internet and everybody who's going to listen to this.
So that's fine. Anyone who's listening to this, if you think I had an okay, if anything passable, Billy Crystal impression, make sure you like a comment. If you didn't think it was good, make sure you do not leave any comments because it hurts my feelings. No, no, but dude, like we have so much to talk about today.
I know. So let's start talking about it.
Let's start talking about that. So I think the first thing we decided we're going to talk about, because it requires our attention. 2 big trailers came out actually technically last week, and I wanted to talk about it, but we couldn't get a chance to record.
Right.
We are looking at the World of Warcraft Legion cinematic trailer, which I don't know how many people play World of Warcraft or how many people think it's just a shit game or love it to death, whatever. The fact is, I always look forward to Blizzard cinematics because they look so great. And being such a huge WoW fan myself, I was just like, dude, I know that person, I know what that is, and it was just so exciting. Plus, this is, I think, the first cinematic I've seen, at least in the World of Warcraft universe, where King Varian Wrynn was, the centerpiece of it, and that was, I'm sorry, I'm an Alliance player, it's fine. But, yeah.
Oh, really?
I've jumped back and forth. I will
disgusting.
Only play. Shut up! I will only play. I'll only play orcs, or blood elves on Horde. Everything else in Alliance, I hate everything except humans. I'm sorry. I'm very very speciest, I guess.
Yeah, but, You're what is it?
I'm not gonna play as a space goat, and then I don't want to play as the night elves because I get it. Night elves are cool. They're fun. They're the best. Whatever. I don't care about their lore.
You don't even want to be a drow. I mean, you don't want to fucking be Drist from R.A. Salvatore, whatever his name is.
That is a giant negatory, sir. No, it's. I have a few. I actually have some blood elves. I do have a blood elf, but I have a couple of night elves, hunters and stuff like that. And
of course, you make a night elf.
Of course, you make a night elf. Well, because I don't want to make a dwarf either, because it's weird. I don't like if they're too tall or too short.
They have guns.
They do have guns. That's fine, but so does my hunter. So it's whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I was just so excited to check it out. every expansion, I tell myself I'm not going back because I get what I want out of it. Warlords of Draenor got a lot less than I thought I would, but it's fine. But I always say I'm not going back. And with this expansion, even the video, even the talk about the inclusion of demon hunters, I was like, dude, I need to get in on that. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm probably gonna buy the expansion and maybe a 2-month card, play it for 2 months. If it hooks me, then I'll stick to playing it. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna do what I normally do and be like, hey guys, I'll be on tomorrow. Time's run out, and I'll never show up again.
Right. You know, and I have a really big problem with WoW because I've gone back and forth over it. You know, kind of like, you know, somebody gets off heroin and gets back on heroin, and
Very much so.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just can't justify it if I don't have friends to play with. But at the same time, I hate people, so I really don't want to play with anybody.
You're like caught in a catch-22 there.
Yeah, you know, and it's not a big deal, because I'd rather play by myself when I play a video game. I mean, you know, rather play by myself, obviously. But you know, obviously it's, you know, part about, like, you know, being social and all this other bull crap, which is fine and dandy. Really don't give a shit about that in general. But, I mean, I guess with, you know, when it comes to one of those games, it's really actually kind of fun to find like 1 or 2 people that you like to play with.
Oh yeah.
But every time I've gone back, I haven't found that 1 or 2 people. I did way back in vanilla WoW, but then I switched servers and I killed my character and I never went back.
Boom. Dude, your character is kind of like the Highlander right now, except, you know, they're dead. It's the opposite of the Highlander. They are searching constantly for their body, but they will never find it because you have not logged in to res them.
Right.
So, grats on that.
But what attracts you about, I guess, you know, the game? Because, I mean, we've obviously seen the trailer. It looks pretty fucking cool. I've read a little bit about what they're doing to World of Warcraft. They're updating not so much the combat, but they're updating, I guess, the animations. It's going to look, I guess, a little better.
Actually, that was an implementation from the last expansion.
Okay.
So they've changed a lot of things. The one thing I don't like is that the humans now have the Draenei run animation, but that's fine. But, you know, with the game itself, I mean, like you mentioned before, you have a hard time being social. I'm actually the opposite. Like, I love talking to random people. The only thing I don't like is I hate it when people are they just don't have patience for the game. And I get it. Some people, they run with some pretty heavy hitters, so they're used to going into heroics or raids and downing it like that and be like, yeah, we got gear, and then next week do it all over again.
Right.
But sometimes, like, I love pug groups, and if you guys aren't familiar with World of Warcraft, pug means pickup group, meaning that you just found a group of randoms, and you said, hey, I don't know you, you don't know me, but we have a common goal, and that's to kill that guy. So you take that and you run with it.
And it's one of the most frustrating and beneficial things about the game.
It really is. Like, you know what? Like if it wasn't for bad pug groups, I wouldn't have learned to play my healer as well as I did, or I wouldn't be able to play my tank the way I do. Granted, now I'm going to have to go back and relearn everything because I've been out for, like, it seems like forever. Almost, right. Actually, it's been almost a year since I played. Because I remember the last expansion came out in October last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it was October. Either way. Yeah, no, it's going to be a tough way to get back into it. But, yeah, I always go back because I have some friends who still play. And even if I don't, I know they're going to be back for the expansion. And we have a few guys at work who play. So once the expansion comes out, I'm sure I can get something going with them. But I don't know. There's something about it. Even if it's me just droning on doing the same damn grind quests over and over again, you know, hit a hub, pick up all the quests, rinse, lather, repeat, I also have people I can talk to online. And I think it's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know if you like this, but when I play games, for some reason, I play better when people are watching. Or I play with more meaning. I don't know why, but I think it's just because I'm conceited as shit. But, like, when I play, like, WoW, when you have someone talking to you, you're being able to be social and play at the same time. So you kind of get your cake and you get to eat it too.
Right,
and
right.
That's kind of a plus.
And that is a plus. And I guess, you know, and the other part of that is, you know, I don't know, man. I guess, you know, playing with the group just kind of makes you feel stronger because there's strength in, you know, hilarious numbers. I remember doing one raid way back in the day with, you know, a couple of friends of mine, and it was an absolute blast. I think it was like, oh man, what the frick was it? It was the one with the frickin' werewolves. Remember that one?
You talking about the expansion, Cataclysm?
No, it was before the expansion.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're talking about a dungeon.
Yeah, it was a dungeon.
Oh, that's oh shit, dude. Like I know the name of that one, but I don't remember it right now.
Right.
It's it'll come to me later on. I promise you. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. You go in there and kill the werewolves and kill the like Lord Walden at the end or something like that.
Yeah, man, that freaking dungeon was cool as shit, and going through it with friends was a lot of fun. But you know, it's just not me anymore, man.
But you know, when you first, it's just like when you play any game for the first time. And I know we said we're not going to talk about it, but I'm gonna bring it up as an example. It's just like the first time you play that game that starts with the D.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You kind of have that dazzle. It's like everything looks so pretty, but once you get to a certain point, it's like I've already done this before. Same thing for WoW. Like it's really hard to want to go through and play through new characters because it's like I've already seen this shit. I know how this whole story ends up. You're gonna tell me to go into Razorfen Downs and go kill freaking Porky the Pig, and then I gotta come back to you with 3 quills, and you're gonna give me stuff. But I'm probably gonna forget those quills and the excitement I had when I got my new Mage Weave bag full of goodies, and then I gotta do it all over again.
All right.
But I say that because you know that happens a lot. I always forget to pick up the boss stuff. It's like, bring me that dude's hoof. And I'm like, I got it. And then you go and you pick up a new weapon. Like, hell yeah, I got it. And then, wait, no, go back. I got it. Oh, wait. Sorry. We just left the dungeon.
You got to do the whole fucking thing again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes it's fun. Like, whatever. That's one of those games that you have to have, patience. And I have both infinite and a lack of patience when it comes to that game. So some days are better. Some days you turn it off. Like I'm just not gonna do this today.
Right.
Especially with garrisons are bullshit. By the way.
I mean that's anything though. You know you really can't play anything for a long fucking time. Just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna play this for the rest of the week, and then you get up to like maybe like Wednesday, and you're just like, I can't play this shit anymore.
Well, you know the only sad thing about all this is they haven't released an update for it, or rather they haven't released a release date for it.
Right.
So the only thing we do have a release date that is Warcraft related was the Warcraft movie, and we both watched that trailer,
which gave me the heebie-jeebies. I've never had an orgasm like that in my life,
dude. It looks so amazing, and like I remember seeing some of the stills and some of like the leaked video footage. I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be that good. But then when I watched the trailer, I'm like, oh my god, I'm there in Stormwind. I could see this happening. It was so much fun.
It was. It was better than the Star Wars trailer.
But you know, I want to check it out mostly because of the fact that I mean, just like I tell you, I do with Star Wars. I've read a lot into the lore of the Warcraft realms, and that's the thing. Like, I love the idea of them being able to tell this story in a video format, so I don't have to sit there and play the games over again. Which I love the games, but I can't do that. I'm not the kind of person to play the same game over and over again. As much as I would love to, I start and I stop. So in this case, I get to watch the war between the orcs and the humans, and how the orcs came back from Draenor because the world was being torn apart by infighting and all this other demon shit.
Right.
So like in this case, I get to, and I'm assuming based on the way the story's going, because one of the first orcs to come through the portal to start trying to find a world for his people was Doomhammer. And I want to see how he's going to react with the humans and stuff like that. And maybe if we get lucky, we're going to see a Thrall. You know, we're going to see Thrall as a small, I won't say child, baby orc, maybe.
Well, doesn't he need the baby in the trailer?
See, that's what I'm thinking. But then also, like, I don't remember if Thrall, because I don't think Thrall was the offspring of a human and an orc. But I know he was raised by humans. So that's kind of like, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. But that was exciting as well. I don't know which one I'm excited for most. I think part of me wants to say the movie is what's going to get my money for sure. But then, I don't know, dude. Legion, it looked pretty cool. Warcraft does a pretty good job of saying, hey, man, you want to buy some Warcraft?
Exactly, man. You fucking crack.
Oh, dude. That's so many nights of, like, you'd get, dude. You know you have a bad addiction to a game when you get up from playing, you walk into the bathroom and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, who are you? Yeah, it's a terrible
Or
addiction. But
you walk right up to yourself in the mirror and you're staring at yourself and you're like, Lotar!
that was actually a really impressive orc impression there, sir. So I got to tip my hat to that one.
Oh, thank you.
I still think my Billy Crystal is better.
So,
other than that, dude, I mean, like, I think that we're in for a world of Warcraft. So, aside from Warcraft and all the fun stuff with that, there's also one other huge, and I mean huge release. And I don't want to overplay it, but I don't want to underplay it either, because a lot of people have been waiting for this ever since E3 of this year. That's for sure. And that is Fallout 4.
Justin played it!
I've been playing it.
Justin's been playing it since, man, how long have you been playing it? Like a week?
I'm not going to disclose that. All I can say is that if you guys check it out on originalgamer.com, there is a review for Fallout 4 that I worked on along with my editor to come up with the best possible review we can do it at a pretty short notice. I do it. It's just a fantastic game, and really the review is going to say a lot more than I think I could say, because frankly, I'm kind of exhausted talking about it.
Right.
But dude, I mean, the scope, it's just huge. There's so much to do. Don't worry, anybody, if you're listening to this and you heard Fallout 4, your ears perk up. You're like, spoilers alert. There's no spoilers here. None at all. This is one of those games. I told you. I think a lot of people who listen to this understand that I don't believe in spoilers. I think that in some cases spoilers just happen and deal with it. But this is a situation where you're going to have to play this game, because this feels. In fact, I will wholeheartedly believe on this. This is the one game that can take Skyrim down as the best-selling game by Bethesda. Skyrim sold like 22 million copies.
Yeah.
And Fallout 3 sold like 13 million. So there's a big gap there, but I think Fallout 4 can do it, because there's a lot. It feels like Skyrim with guns and also bladed tire irons.
Bladed tire, that's amazing,
dude. It's ridiculous. Like the whole system they have set up is just like so fantastic. I mean, we have modifications for every single thing that you pick up, pretty much. I mean, if it's something you can hit somebody with, you can turn it into a weapon. You can turn baseballs into grenades.
Are you serious?
You totally can. And
that's
I mean,
amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they've put a lot of thought into this. And from what I've been reading, a lot of interviews with Bethesda, a lot of people were expecting them to go back to Elder Scrolls, because Elder Scrolls was, again, one of their top grossing games out there. And Bethesda was like, nah, dude. I mean, ZeniMax is coming out with, Elder Scrolls Online, which was a shit. But then let's go back to the game that we love the most, and that's Fallout. And I'm glad they did, because I gotta tell you, I think that it's kind of like a palate cleanser in between. I mean, just like when it comes down to anything, you don't want to do the same thing too much.
Right.
So, you want to make sure you change up the flavor a little bit. So,
unlike Call of Duty.
Well, see, that's oh god, Call of Duty. I can't get into that, dude. Like, everyone's like, have you bought Black Ops 3? And I'm like, no. And what's wrong with you? It's the best game ever. I'm like, well, you said that about the last Call of Duty, so I'm not going to take your word for it.
Nobody said it about Ghosts.
Well, we don't talk about Ghosts.
Yeah, we definitely don't talk about Ghosts.
Dude, do you remember the ending from Ghost?
I didn't beat Ghosts. I hated it.
God.
I hated it so much. I just never played it again. I bought it. I literally bought that game for $10. Target was doing like this crazy ass hey, you want to buy the Xbox One version and the Xbox 360 version? It'll be $20.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so like an asshole, I went ahead and just went and bought it. I downloaded them to my console. I was like, these maps are all right. This equipment's kind of cool. The dog is pretty cool. The dog is probably about the best thing about the game.
For sure. Because,
it's a dog. If there's a robot dog in Black Ops 3 that I don't know about, leave a comment, because I want to play that game then. But,
right.
No, I couldn't finish that fucking game for the life of me because it was just awful.
The biggest problem I had with I could say any Call of Duty, but specifically Ghosts, was that they had this, at the very beginning, they had a structure for an amazing story. And as it progressed, you're like, what's going to happen next? And then it's like, oh, you're my fucking dad.
Yeah, like, oh, that's it?
And then at the very end, it's like, well, the guy with the scar is obviously not a good guy.
Right,
Why am I going to believe that? They went Disney rules, dude. Like, it's like, I don't want to sit here and play this game anymore. But I did. I muscled through it. And just like every other Call of Duty, I beat it in a day. And when I got to the end, that was one of the first times I've ever felt my wrist twitch in a response to an ending. And that twitch was telling me, throw this controller as hard as you can against that TV. break this right here, because this it no longer exists. See how angry I'm getting. Yeah. No, the best part is I didn't buy this. I actually bought it from a friend. This was one of the. I got my Xbox One. I bought Battlefield 4 because Battlefield is god tier compared to Call of Duty.
I agree.
For Hardline kind of missed the mark a bit, but that wasn't really.
Hardline was a little stupid, yeah.
Dude. The story. Anyway,
I think we've gone off the trail a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Fuck Call of Duty. Getting back to Fallout. You've obviously had a lot more time to look at it. I myself waited until today to get the game. I had it shipped from Amazon. It got here in all its glory. I got the Pip-Boy edition. Don't have a phone to fit in there, so I went ahead and sold it to a buddy. Different story. But this game, I did watch last night on Twitch, and I was like, yes, I have to have this game.
You know what? Like,
everything about it did not piss me off, and that was good.
You know what? It's really funny is that in this game, it kind of they took all the great parts about Fallout 3, and they took all the bad parts. They got rid of them. They kept the good and got rid of the old. And then with Skyrim, they took all the good parts, which is arguably all of it, and kind of meshed it in with this Fallout universe. So. We have the house construction that we had from Hearthstone. Was it Hearthstone or just Hearthfire? Sorry, not Hearthstone. That's Warcraft again.
Anyway, yeah.
I got Warcraft in mind, dude. Seriously, you get an itch, you start scratching, looking for that Warcraft. Anyway, so you get the building tools that you get from Hearthfire. That's pretty neat. And again, it's just, if anyone's paid attention to the game, there are a bunch of meta games involved. So there's a lot to do. I mean, I think I played it for maybe a total of like 23 hours.
And there's still a fuck ton more to do.
I barely scratched the surface of the story.
Crazy.
Like, I did my best to go through as much of the story as possible, but like, there's so much to do. Even like, seriously, one of my favorite parts to do is just run around. That's it. Another great thing too is, by the way, one thing that I thought that Fallout 3 kind of lacked, and this is something that you could. Gradually, it picked up the difficulty. Fallout 3, well, you can run from one side of the map, and the next, if you're level 1, you'll come across pretty low-level stuff. Of course, you'll come across a Deathclaw, but their damage and everything is more or less scaled to you. They'll still one-shot you, but they'll be easier one-shots,
Right.
In this game, they don't do that. They play by New Vegas rules. So if you're running across the map and you go to a place you're not supposed to be, you're going to see a lot of skull enemies around you, and it's like, you could probably kill them. Well, I'm sorry, no, you could probably not kill them. You can try. You'll go down in history as the dumbest asshole in the world. But then, like, it's just, it's really cool. It doesn't really herd you in the direction you need to go, but it makes you think about your choices.
Like, should I take on this encampment of raiders, or should I go over here and try my luck with the moles?
Dude, and this mode is but this whole feature is it's kind of something that's a breath of fresh air, because I'm used to playing a game, and anyone who plays Call of Duty or Battlefield or any other shooter, by the way, you can really consider this game finally a shooter because it feels just perfect.
Now, touching on that, how good does it feel?
I would compare it. Well, actually, what's funny is online.
People are using the D word when they talk about this game.
They are, and it's heavily because Bethesda actually has one of the game developers from Bungie, who are now working at Bethesda, and they were brought in to kind of tighten up gun controls and everything. So the neat thing is, if you can play this game as just a total shooter if you wanted to. Really? It's going to be harder because there's a lot of things that, again, diplomacy is probably going to be your best friend in some cases. But I mean, I've pulled off some pretty amazing headshots that I guarantee I could not do in Fallout 3. Fallout 3, it was nothing but just some heavy RNG in the background. And in this one, there is still some RNG, but it feels less constrictive. It feels like it actually wants you to do better. the way you modify your weapons, the kind of gear you're wearing, everything like that plays a role in what you're doing. So while it is still very much an RPG, you can just play it from shooter rules. And if you're used to playing any shooter that requires you to actually try, not Call of Duty, then you'll have a pretty good time with it, dude. I mean, like, it's just,
it's the tits, guys.
It's neat. That's all I know. It's just really neat.
It's just really neat.
It's the tits. Now, yeah, dude. Like, it's suffice it to say, and I mentioned this in the review too. Again, definitely check it out. I just want to plug that one more time. OriginalGamer.com. I write for the website. It's fantastic. I mean, at the end of the whole review, I tell you, this is without a doubt one of the best games I've played in a long time, and that's saying something. Witcher 3 was fantastic. It was on par with any of the best games I've ever played. But Fallout 4 scratches that itch for a lot of things that a lot of people want, and that's an engaging gameplay mechanic. Or rather, it's the story. I can't say too much about it. Again, no spoilers or anything, but the story's pretty solid so far. The people you meet have personality, which is always important in a wasteland, I guess. And then, like, there's thousands of things to kill, and everything looks beautiful.
And your character talks.
Oh, yes. That is also a plus, too. It's kind of weird at first, but it really works out. I mean, because at this point, because you create them, you still have that feeling of, like, this is my character.
Right.
But then you also have this other personality behind it. So you're kind of, the way you respond to things, you're a little more reticent to be sarcastic, to be a dick to everybody. You're actually more inclined, I feel, to be a little more helpful. But it's pretty cool, dude.
I can't wait to crack it open and play it. I came home from lunch and started installing it on my Xbox. Yes, I got it for Xbox. Man, I don't have a nice rig to play this shit on. But, yeah.
You have a PS4.
I do, but the Pip-Boy was for Xbox One only. Also, the mods are coming to Xbox One and PC first, so...
Yeah, you know, that was something I was thinking about. I got the PS4 version of Fallout 4. I'll probably end up buying the Xbox One version, I'm sure. I don't know why, because I'm just bad with money. But
I guess to play Fallout 3 on your Xbox One, too.
That, too. I mean, that would be a plus.
That is a plus.
I can play Fallout 3 while Fallout 4 is installing.
Right.
The one other thing about it is the mods. That there's no mods out right now. They haven't even released the SDK for it yet. So probably within the next month and a half, 2 months, they'll release the SDK, which is the developer kit. And then probably the next couple months after that, that's when we'll start seeing mods come out. And I don't know how fast the conversion will be from PC to Xbox One, or even PC to PS4. But I was under the impression that it's going to be more or less same day for Xbox One and PS4 or PC.
Right.
Just because of the fact they share generally the same architecture.
Exactly.
So that's pretty neat. I can't wait to run around with unlimited health or get some kind of crazy mod that makes everyone a Deathclaw.
Yeah, that'd be a nightmare. I'm really hoping that they optimize the game for about 60 frames per second. That's one of the things that I did have a problem with.
I honestly don't think it's going to happen, and this is the only reason I say that is because that's going to be a big overtaking for consoles.
Right.
On PC, I think it runs at 60 frames, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it runs. With butter.
So
it's butter
it runs
smooth.
It runs like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
Through the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, of course, you are locked into 30 frames per second, which, I mean, again, this is more information that goes through the review there, but there were a few times where my frame rate would drop. I don't think I got anything below like 21 frames, maybe a little bit, maybe 20 frames. I know the Xbox One, I have heard, has gotten down to like 17 frames. But, you know, the one thing also to keep in mind, this is only when big things are happening. Like when I threw that questionable grenade in that area where I saw a lot of red, I didn't know those were all explosive canisters. And my game went through a pretty choppy period until it was finally able to catch up with itself.
Right.
But, yeah, dude, it's nothing too bad. It's nothing game-breaking. If you hear anyone say, like, I'm not going to play Fallout 4 because it has bugs, you're going to tell them, well, then, you know what? You're a dumbass because it's a fantastic game. And why would you let a few bugs like that ruin it? Skyrim was riddled with bugs. There were so many bugs. Like, it was ridiculous.
Skyrim would literally kill your PS3 from the inside. It gave it AIDS.
Yeah, it was Skyrim mates. And then like and then like they released patches and everything was fixed.
Right.
And they gave us better stuff. Like they allowed us to ride on a on rails dragon and shoot fire stuff, which I don't know why they did that, but they did. But it was pretty cool, dude. I think that Fallout 4 is going to follow in suit, and I think it's going to be one of their best-selling games.
I can't wait to just get down to business with Fallout 4, probably after this episode's done recording.
Oh, for sure.
And, yeah, definitely get into that. I don't have anything to add on Fallout 4. I'm just super excited to be here in a time where we can have, such amazing video games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it beats the 1820s. By far.
You know what else it beats? It beats the 1886. I'm still pissed off about that game, too.
See, and you keep bringing this game up, and I tried trolling you with it, and it worked, because you hate that game.
You know what? And in case anyone doesn't know, you can reference our previous episodes. And I'm still working on a way to make sure I put the perfect amount of ire behind this episode. The Order 1886 is a game that both... It's kind of like the... It's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat of games, right?
You don't know if it's dead or alive.
Yeah, when you look at the package, when you look at the cinematics, it looks great. But when you play the game, it sucks. So it's like, until you play it, you don't know if it's going to be a good game or a bad game. I just told you, so you can take my word for it. But if you don't, that's fine. It's, you know what, it was a fun game to a point. Once you get past the fact that it's basically just Uncharted with different people, and not the charming part of Uncharted, like where he's running around like, oh, hey Sully, look at this. No, he's like, there's fucking werewolves everywhere. Fucking die. And like that's all he does. He just complains about his life, and he's like, he never cracks a joke. I never see him smile. It's just dumb, and then like it makes you sad.
There's also a penis in the game.
There are several.
Oh, really?
Because they're all werewolves. Remember that. So
okay, yeah. So yeah, they're naked.
In some worlds, werewolves like the Hulk come back with clothes on. In this world, they're like, "Oh, clothes? I don't need clothes. Let me go and just turn into a werewolf and be naked for a little while." Which would be really weird. Like if you were a werewolf down in the sewers and you didn't have someone to throw you a pair of pants, like you're gonna have to walk through the streets naked, or just live in the sewers for a little while. You know?
Yeah. Wait until it gets dark.
And then even then. You got Jack the Ripper out there, so...
Oh, is that the same time?
Maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not saying anything. Just in case... fuck it. Yeah, no, there's a guy in there who's basically Jack the Ripper. Anyway...
Oh, that's kind of neat, but also,
Well, you know what? There was another game that I was looking into that is mentioning Jack the Ripper, and that's Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Right, and this is the first game in a long time that Assassin's Creed has put out, because they put out a game every year, that I actually had an interest in. I was like, you know what? I should probably play this game. It looks kind of fucking cool. But then I also don't want to play it because it's an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, you have either good experiences or bad experiences with Assassin's Creed, which could be said about any game, so that's not really a novel statement. But, like, the best game so far, and a lot of people may disagree with me, and if they do, I'm sorry, but the best game so far was Black Flag.
Well, Black Flag is the best game so far.
For sure. I mean,
by and large, I 100% agree. Black Flag was just good.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I still think Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 were fantastic. But then when you get past the base, run over here, kill this guy, snoop over here, hide in this hay, and then, you beat the game, you want other mechanics. And I think Black Flag had the most replayability. Because then you still have your hunting, then you have treasure hunting, then you have fishing, and then you have all this other stuff. Assassin's Creed 3 was a good attempt at that, but the water combat was probably my favorite part of it. Everything else was forgettable. Right. Except when you were to jump down and just straight up like go predator, on freaking deers and shit. That was awesome.
See, I didn't even play part 3, and I remember distinctly like my brother played part 3, and he's all like, or he saw somebody playing it, and he's like, yeah, you're not an assassin until like 2 hours into the fucking game. And I was like, what? Like, how could you play that long without wanting to kill something, or even yourself? And then he's like, I don't know. I didn't play it. I watched somebody else play it.
There was all that, like, intro to the game, and then technically you're not, I don't know, you think you're an assassin, then it turns out you're not, and then it turns out the guy you were playing out was your dad, and then you gotta be a little Indian kid running around killing deer and shit. So, I mean, like, it was fun while it lasted, but really the only weapon there, anything that ever kept me coming back was the rope dart, because it made you feel like sinister. You know, like, do you ever see that?
No, I didn't.
Dude, like, you sit up on top of this tree, and this is the best way to do it. You could use it anywhere else, but on top of the tree was the best way to do it, because you feel like Scorpion, right? So you're standing up here, you throw this rope dart, at the end is this horrible-looking barb. I'm talking, like, even, like, the world's most cruel sadist would be like, damn. Anyway, so you throw this into them, and it, like, lashes onto their spine or something. It kills them, pretty much.
Nice.
In this instance, it does. Once you hit him with the rope dart, you jump off the tree, holding onto the rope, and you hoist him up and take the other side of the rope dart, which is spiked as well. You jam it in the ground, and now you have this body hanging.
Oh, nice.
The best screenshot, well, it wasn't. This is back before screenshots happened, so I took a picture with my phone. The best one, I was in the middle of Boston. I rope darted this dude. I hung him in the street, and all these other soldiers were freaking out. And the only thing you saw on the top of the screen were his feet, and you saw a shadow. And I was like, dude, this is like the best picture I've ever taken. And then I felt like every other white college girl out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just kidding with you guys. You take your pictures in your black and white pictures.
No, none of them are listening to this anyway. So.
Yeah, you're right. This is a completely different demographic.
Yeah, you know. Well, and if you happen upon this episode, I apologize in advance.
I don't. It was funny. Yeah, dude. Like it was pretty neat. So I think if Syndicate learned from the sins of its fathers, being Unity, they've gotten rid of online multiplayer, which is great, because they need to not focus on one thing that Ubisoft cannot do, and that's multiplayer. Or rather, they can't do online play. Multiplayer is usually solid.
I don't know. They did Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six.
So let me finish here, right? See, here's the thing. With Splinter Cell and with Rainbow Six, they had good game modes, but their online server, like, was their server. I don't know what the problem is, if it's stability or if it's capacity or what. Fact of the matter is, it always goes down. I played back in the beginning of October. I was playing the beta for frickin' Rainbow Six Siege.
Right.
And no matter what I did, I was playing on shitty internet. I was playing on great internet. No matter what I did, it always dropped me. So maybe I wasn't playing on shitty internet. Maybe I was just playing on the internet, period. And Ubisoft's like, oh, to play this game online, you can't be on internet, you know? So it's stupid. Like, everything failed. The only time I had a good experience is when I did Terrorist Hunt and I played offline by myself. Everything ran smooth. Everything looked great for the most part. So that's, like I said, Ubisoft just can't do online very well. I will say, though, that Ubisoft... I still really love Blacklist. Splinter Cell Blacklist Online.
Oh, you know, that's the one I did not play.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you played, okay.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I played, which one did I really, really fucking like? Conviction. Conviction was cool.
Well, Conviction was neat because it puts you and Sam Fisher in a different role. You're no longer this super... Well, you're still a super spy, but you're not being a spy anymore. You're just trying to get revenge for the most part.
Yeah, you're more like Jack Bauer in that game. And
totally.
And that was fucking cool because
dude, Jack Bauer has had his share of like shitty years, and like it was freaking Sam Fisher's time.
It was.
But you know, Blacklist goes back to the whole. You know, now you're working for fourth echelon, not third echelon, because it's one better than the third, and you have all these new abilities and stuff. I'm playing it back on the PC. It's a little different. The controls feel a little bit, I would say, looser, or maybe they just feel a little bit more. Could be the problem. They feel more precise. Anyway, so playing Blacklist, I haven't played it online yet, but Blacklist, the main campaign was always great. When I played it back online on the PS3, dude, I mean that was like easily one of the best game modes ever. They brought back Mercs versus Spies. It was a lot of fun.
Right on.
So that's why I'm saying that. Ubisoft hits and misses, but they always screw it up with frickin' the servers and shit. I can never get a stable game. Watch Dogs, anybody?
Oh, it's a rough spot for everybody. That game sucks.
Beyond sucks.
Beyond sucks. There's not enough bad words to fill up in this episode about Watch Dogs.
There might be, but it's not going to be concise enough.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the lost focus is like the development of that actual fucking game.
Yeah, well, you know, what are you going to do?
It happened. Sorry, guys.
All I know is Syndicate so far has been getting good reviews, which is a good sign.
Right.
But then you also have to wonder, Is it getting good reviews because of the fact it's a good game, or because everyone wants to believe this is a better Assassin's Creed?
I honestly think they have the same syndrome every dumbass has about Call of Duty, and that's that. Hey, if it's a new game, it's obviously better than the last one. And then, of course, there's a lot more. I guess like I don't want to accuse anybody, but I'm more than sure Ubisoft is paying a pretty penny for good reviews.
Oh, dude, it's a possibility. I mean, ever since the dawn of time, people have been paying for reviews. You know, freaking Oog paid Bartok for freaking a good review on his wheel. Those are two made-up people. If your name resembles these names, it's purely coincidental. I just want to put that one out there.
And I'm not saying that Bartok's wheel wasn't as good, or that he couldn't critique correctly because he was a caveman. Or whatever.
They didn't have the complex communication system we have today.
Exactly. So, if, he made a blog back in the day on the wall and somebody else saw that and read that and then they gave it a couple of oohs or whatever, that's pretty fucking cool. We're not judging your family for that. Sorry if, you got offended.
I might be. I don't know.
But yeah, no, I mean, I hate when they put out a new game like that and they're just like, oh my god, it's the best one. But it's like, it's like Madden. Like, oh my god, it's the best Madden.
Well, yeah, no, seriously.
It's like FIFA. Oh my god, it's the best FIFA. It's like, NBA 2K. It's the best NBA 2K. I have a big-ass problem with games that get a yearly cycle. And also have a problem with games that I guess, that are just, constantly in your face, like every fucking season. I mean, come on, how long have we had Assassin's Creed, Madden, and Call of Duty in the past 10 years? Every year, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it doesn't take them long. And, I get it. Development cycles aren't what they used to be. But the fact of the matter is, they should be.
They should. You should really take some time to make a game, guys.
Case in point. Look at Fallout 4. They've been working on Fallout 4 since pretty much Skyrim. I mean, granted, it wasn't like they finished and like, what do you guys want to do now? No, let's make another Fallout game. No, like they went through the whole DLC process. They helped out where they could, but then they said, you know what? We need to start working on some other games. And then Fallout 4 just happened to be within the next year or two after it came out. So Fallout 4 is a guarantee has been in production for like 2 years, maybe even 3, and that's just showing you, like, this is what a good production cycle gets you. Don't be clamoring for that next game. Don't say, I better have a new Call of Duty game or new Battlefield or whatever it is that comes out every year, or I'm going to lose my mind. No, let it come out when it comes out because you're going to get a better product.
And this is also disheartening that you say that because according to Treyarch and all these other guys that make Call of Duty, they have 3 years to develop these titles, and they're still putting out the same kind of shit that you got last year.
See, that's bullshit.
I mean, that's them. That's what they're saying.
But you know what? All I know is this. As long as they don't let Neversoft make another Call of Duty game, I think we'll be fine. Because you saw what Neversoft just recently did, right?
Oh, with Tony Hawk? No, I didn't.
Oh my god, dude. Tony Hawk needs to get off his board and take a Tony walk. It was terrible. Dude, it was like, and the worst part is, I didn't even play it. Like, I just watched like Twitch video of it, and it's just like so cringeworthy. It's not even funny. It's like, it was like the first time when you started playing Skate, or no, I'm sorry, Tony Hawk's Project 8, and then freaking Jason Lee's like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jason Lee from, all those great Kevin Smith movies. And then you're like, Jason who? He's like, pickle fucker. And then like, like, oh, I know that guy. So that he takes you through this whole thing, and it's like, dude, I just don't care about you anymore. Like, you can stop talking. You're telling me to go to the skate park, but all I'm going to do is sit here in this half pipe and just keep doing 360s over and over again. So it's like, the games are terrible. And this new one, you would think with the new technology and everything, it'd look better, it'd feel better, all that good stuff. Nah.
No, I heard it was way worse than what it's ever been previously. Like an Xbox game probably is going to be a better comparison to Tony Hawk than the newer version of it.
Yeah, dude, it's not fun.
That is
like, you actually, if you're like jonesing for a Tony Hawk fix, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, you're better off going on Xbox 360 and downloading the freaking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 HD remix.
Oh, which is, I forgot was a thing. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, like, it feels dated, but I mean, hey, it's better.
It's better. It's better than we got this year.
Oh yeah, no, I'd rather deal with stiff controls and like wonky animations than whatever the hell that was pushed out there. It was terrible, dude.
Right. You know what also made another resurgence? That I mean, I guess we have some time to talk about this. Guitar Hero came back, and so did Rock Band.
It did, and you know what? I am a fan of both.
Yeah, Rock Band's fucking lit. I love that freaking game. Like, I've always loved it ever since it came out. My brother picked it up. He's like, "Hey, I got the thing. We got the instruments. Let's play some fucking Rock Band." I'm like, "All right, yeah, that sounds pretty good." So go over there, we play some Rock Band. I'm like, "Holy shit, this is awesome."
Dude, you know what? Like, the first time I played Rock Band, I was pretty much in awe. I thought it was a lot of fun. And this is the Rock Band 4, of course. The other Rock Bands are okay. The freeform solo was by far like the best invention ever.
Dude, it is. And people hate it, I guess, because they want like traditional solo. But like, yeah, it's fucking cooler than that. You know?
I want to be Herman Lee and play Dragon's, whatever the hell that song is, Dragon Force.
Dragon Force.
Between the fire and the farts. I want to play that song and play the actual solo. I don't want this freeform bullshit.
Like, well, guess what? You're not playing the actual solo, bro. Like,
and you could also turn it off. Stop complaining. I actually, with that freeform solo option, I made frickin' Uptown Funk more palatable. I'm just saying.
I didn't also even know it had that in there. I'm going to have to try that now.
Yeah, actually, if you go into your settings, and this is weird just messing around at this point. I mean, we've been playing for like 2-3 hours, and we're already kind of Rock Band out. We went into the settings, and you can turn the entire song into a freeform solo.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you can turn the whole song into whatever you want it to be.
I've been purposely not playing that song because I don't like Uptown Funk at all. But now I have to go and play this. Because...
Dude, Bruno Mars had to come back, and then everyone's like, "Just go away," and he's like, "Okay." Like the song is terrible, but when you get to do your own track to it, dude, and the best part is it the standard guitar tone is kind of like a cool swanky like. Kind of like that cool like guitar that they already play in the song. So it has that nice tone. I want to say
kind of like that funky vibe to
it. That funky vibe. I didn't want to say funk, but I was like, funk it, right? Anyway, so that's stupid. Anyway, so like I'm sitting here playing the song, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I'm really getting into it. And you can play, the 5 buttons up top with the 5 buttons down on the neck, or you can do some crazy tap stuff. And I was just going off of that guitar, and I was like, this is all right. The other side of that coin is the songs are still hard as hell. So
yeah.
It's been a long time since I played. So
yeah, I was very rusty the first time I played, and it's like, I've definitely had my share of Guitar Hero. I used to play, tons of it. Got up to expert very easily. So when it came out to like any new game that came out, I'd be like, yeah, fuck hard, fuck medium. I'm gonna go right to expert and just start playing. And I could play, obviously, because, I was proficient enough. This new, the way that they have it, tracks and stuff like that, it's like you're almost playing the actual game. We downloaded Cowboys from Hell from Pantera, and I can barely play that on a real guitar, and then actually playing it on, the guitar, or the Rock Band guitar was like, oh, man, this is almost the exact same thing, except fucking harder, because there's 5 buttons instead of, 6 strings.
Dude, you want to talk about hard? So... Rock Band was great, and I think Rock Band did a great job of bringing those new songs and old songs that you've had.
Right.
Guitar Hero Live.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, when we played this at Best Buy, and I couldn't even play this shit, dude. It is so difficult.
We picked it up on a whim. We said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get Guitar Hero instead of Rock Band. So we got Guitar Hero. We played a few songs on easy and medium, kind of getting accustomed to it.
Right.
And then we said, you know what? We played freaking Guitar Hero on expert. Why can't we just play it expert? No, you can't do that.
You definitely cannot,
dude. It's so I'll tell you what. When you play it on advanced, you feel so accomplished because there's some hard stuff in there. When you put it on expert, seriously, you need to be this is not a game you can just throw an expert and say, I'm good at this.
Right.
A lot of people, I guarantee, if they play a lot of Guitar Hero, they're like, I could do that. Prove it. Videotape yourself and put it on our Facebook page. Let me see you play that song on expert because I couldn't even do it. I played Shadow Moses by freaking Bring Me the Horizon on expert.
Yep.
No, not one bit.
Not one bit.
Do it, sir. Dude, it's just really fast. That's why I like the Guitar Hero controller. I feel like you can do those the speed picking a lot easier.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to that six button setup and the freaking 3 black, 3 white, and different combinations, it's tough. It's just really, really difficult, and it's so much fun, but it's difficult.
And I have the same problem, playing that because going from the 5-button thing like we were talking about, and going to 6 is radically different. If you can play it without feeling like a fucking idiot on advance, I want you to pat yourself on the back, because I couldn't do it, and I've been doing expert since freaking what, Guitar came out 2002.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Ridiculous amount of time ago. Probably not even 2002. It's probably a little later than that, but.
But one of the big things that I will say is that there is that sense of accomplishment that comes with it. Guitar Hero, Rock Band, all the older games like that, you have 5 buttons. Generally, you just gotta learn the rhythm, and that's it. Dude, seriously, me and my brother played that game for I think maybe a total of 9 hours already.
Oh shit!
And it's not really a whole lot considering the fact that I could have played more, but I was playing Fallout anyway. So playing that guitar, dude, it was fun, but so infuriating. And then once you actually beat a song, you're like, dude, that's awesome. I will say that when it comes down to the actual strumming and everything, it does feel pretty spot on. I'm no guitarist. My brother's a guitarist. And even he was having difficulty with it. But we both agree that when it comes down to time signatures, Advanced and Expert do a much better job than previous Guitar Hero games do with making you feel like you're actually playing a guitar.
And, I'm going to argue with that, too. That is 100%, the reason that I have such a difficult time playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band, is that if you're an actual guitar player, if you actually play music and you're familiar with time signatures, familiar with chords, all this other bullshit, if you try going in there thinking I can play this, on hard, thinking that it's going to be the same thing or, just a little easier, you're dead wrong. Expert is the way to go because it's going to be the exact same tempo, pretty much the same kind of chord progression kind of thing on there, or as best they can emulate it. It's very fucking difficult to actually get into it, though.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the long and short of it is I kind of wanted to get into this just a little bit, guys. Black Friday's coming up, and that game is super, super cheap at some places.
$69, $59 some places.
Yeah, $59 some places, $69 other places. Highly recommend checking that out. And if you want to, just kind of blow your load on a bunch of shit too, get the Rock Band set also, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think it's $129 or something like that on sale at GameStop.
Pretty sure it's going to be something like that, something similar, if not $129. That's a pretty goddamn good price, if you're getting into that. Way better than the $250. But yeah, check those out. We guess we have a couple minutes to talk about Black Friday. We've been talking about doing this episode for maybe 2 months, maybe. Yeah, we're probably going to end up doing a Black Friday episode, guys. And it's probably just going to be completely deal-oriented. Hey, what's the best deal for what? Give us a shout-out on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. We have an Instagram now, just in case you haven't looked that up. Leave us a comment over here on YouTube. What do you want to buy for Christmas? And we'll tell you where you can buy it for cheap.
Or just what do you want to buy in general. I mean, I'm going to do a majority of my shopping for Christmas, actually, the week before Christmas, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, I think that with Black Friday and all that good stuff, it's probably going to be a lot of me time. But if I can find great deals, I'll take great deals. I will also say this, that I don't know, just so no one's upset, the idea behind the Black Friday episode, what we'd like to do, what I would like to do, would be go sit in line and actually record while we're in line and potentially even have other people's opinions in there. Probably not going to happen as people get crazy around this time, and I don't feel like ruining my friend's MacBook. So we're going to do probably the next best thing, provided the internet will allow it. We're going to be chatting during Black Friday, and I'm probably going to do shopping online while we're doing it, and kind of keep you informed of what's going on. Granted, it won't be a live stream. You'll find out about it a day later, but I'm sure you're going to have some great battle stories for us.
A ton.
One other thing,
a
ton.
Yeah, and me especially, because my family doesn't actually celebrate the holiday the day of, because we're kind of weird, crazy kind of bunch. So I volunteered to do all of the Christmas shopping this year on Black Friday, and I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea.
Country thinks you.
Yeah. It's gonna have to.
There's one other thing also. By the time this episode goes up, it should still be plenty of time, right, Jared? Anyway, so by the end of the week, on Saturday, I believe that's when they do their ad set. If you can get into Target before the end of the week, they are running a ridiculous sale. It is buy two, get one free games.
Yeah, and that's on every game. Any system, any game. I think
Guitar Hero, Rock Band included.
Yeah, all that shit that you want to buy right now, especially Fallout 4, Tomb Raider came out today. We didn't really talk about.
Oh my lord! Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Tomb Raider, but hey,
it's the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, supposedly it's a very good game. From what I'm actually hearing, from reviews, reading up on reviews and stuff like that. I hear there's a lot of microtransactions. I'm not sure how true that is. Kind of makes me iffy on there. My brother loves the definitive edition of Tomb Raider, so that would probably be something that you guys want me to look at. Halo 5 just came out. We haven't talked about Halo 5 in a minute, and I got a chance to play it. It's pretty fucking amazing.
I just want to play it because, first of all, Nathan Fillion fan club leader right here. Just kidding, I'm not. If you're listening to this, which I doubt you are, I'm not trying to take your title. I'm just saying that I enjoy his work. No, I think that Buck is like one of the biggest reasons I want to play it. I can give a shit about Locke, but also, I mean, it's Halo. I mean, they have a great pedigree. I mean, that game, it rarely ever comes out with a game that really upsets you.
Right.
Unless you're Halo 4.
Unless you're Halo 4. Well, I disagree. I really liked Halo 4. I didn't like Halo 3 as much.
Halo, we can get into this. I just got to point this out real quick. Every Halo game has had its fans and its detractors. I think that's what makes a healthy game, though, because fact is, you're not going to make everybody happy, but you've got to go with the general consensus, and the fact is, Pete, you might be wrong. Halo 4 was sucked, but then also Halo 3 was also kind of sucked, too. Yeah. But Halo 3 did birth one of the best games in the Halo series, and that is Halo ODST. I don't care what anyone says. That was neat.
And I'm 100% behind you on that, because Halo ODST is probably the closest we'll get to like a modern kind of Halo Noir game. You're never going to get that kind of experience again. They'll never make another one like that. If you haven't played it, you're hurting yourself. That is a gem.
If you have the Halo Master Chief Collection, you can download it for that. And then also, I have a free copy of it. I think if you bought the Halo Master Chief Collection before a certain time, you get a free copy of ODST. I just don't have Master Chief Collection because I don't like Halo that much.
Right.
Contrary to the way I sounded just a second ago. But yeah, no, I think that probably within the next couple of weeks, again, we are going through changes. So I'm going to do my best, especially with this weekend. The deal at Target's ridiculous. So I'll probably be picking up Halo 5. And hey, Tomb Raider's out, I'll probably pick that up too. So we'll make sure we come at you with some new information next week about those games. For sure. I mean, it's just a normal thing. Just make sure you stay and listen and let us know what you think. I do think that good things are coming. Remember the snake and the soul thing? That's totally true. Hey, Pete, I think we're about out of time, so that's all I really got there. Is there anything else you wanted to throw in there?
Same here, man. We're good to go. We just need to play Battlefront or not play it. Still debating on that game. Still super excited about Siege coming out. And we know we've got some stuff in the pipeline that I think everybody's going to start getting on board with. So, check that bullshit out, guys. We're going to have some cool shit coming up.
Yeah, and then also don't get upset we're saying pipeline during a time where pipelines are a very hush word. It's going to be a good thing or a bad thing if you're like that.
Right.
Well, guys, thank you very much for listening to two guys sit around and talk about things they like. Next week, we're going to be bringing another episode to you. Don't have any specific guests in mind, but hey, anything can happen. Right, Andy?
Yeah, really could.
Well, I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And thank you very much for listening to Alamo City Geek Speak.
Adios, guys. We'll see you next time.